Sometimes you win ugly. It's not always going to feel good. It's not always going to be pretty. It's not always going to, you're not always going to feel confident. Sometimes you're going to doubt every part of it. It's going to be messy. And that's the thing. Sometimes you win ugly. It's not always going to be perfect. You have to learn how to win when things are against you. You have to learn to win when you're unsure of yourself. You have to learn to win when winning is the only option. There's people that do it all the time. They've done it once, but then they struggle to continue to do it. They struggle to figure out how to continue to maximize, continue to string together those wins. And I like to think about when I played football. There was times where offense couldn't score and the game ended 9-6 or 6-0 or 3-0 before. And were we happy that we won? Yes. We weren't exactly proud of it, but sometimes those are the wins to be the most proud of. You stuck it through. You won ugly. You continued to fight. And maybe you played hurt. Maybe you played against all odds. There's times where one of your best players goes down with an injury. Maybe there's a time where somebody goes down with a season-ending injury. We had that pretty much every year I played football. I played football like 12 years. But what happened? We still line up for the next play, next man up mentality. And sometimes you're the one that has to play hurt. You have to learn to play hurt too. Maybe it's not your best day. Maybe you're not feeling like it. Maybe, there's so many options that can go wrong and can happen that aren't perfect circumstances. But you have to keep pushing through. You have to keep fighting through. And other people I think about, maybe you're a member of a single parent household, or maybe you're you're a single parent and you figured it out. You didn't have a partner that could help you. You still made ends meet. You still provided for your kids. You still had a shelter. You still had food. Maybe, like I said, there's so much that can happen and all odds are against you, but you still have to win. You have to do it tired. You have to do it heartbroken. You have to do it lonely. You have to do it sad. You have to do it sick. You have to do it. Like, there's so many different things. And that's the thing. You just have to do it. You just have to truck through. And it's okay to win ugly. Too many people focus on perfection, and that's what holds them back. They're trying to be a perfectionist and end up not taking any risk, end up not doing anything worthwhile because they're so cautious. They're so waiting in reserve. They're so, what if I make a mistake? Go out and make mistakes. If you want to be success, if you want to be a millionaire, go out and make mistakes. If you want to go fall in love, go make mistakes. If you want to find your soulmate, go make mistakes. If you want to go and succeed in anything, go make mistakes. We need scraped knees. When you were a kid, you used to go out and make mistakes all the time. That's why you had to wear a helmet and elbow pads and knee pads when you rode a bike. But there were still times where you still scraped your knee. And those were the best lessons. You still touched that stove that your grandparents told you not to touch, and you learned that lesson. You still tried to pick up a cat by its tail and got messed up and had to learn that lesson. But it's like, as we get older, we stop making taking those risks. We stop learning those lessons. I'm not going to say only make mistakes and, always fail and, never win. No, you win by failing. You have to learn how to fail. You have to learn how to go through this stuff in order to succeed, in order to figure out how to win. But so many people are scared. They're so scared of failing that they're not going to learn how to win because they don't take the risk. They don't figure it out. They don't make something happen. You got to make something happen. You got to figure it out. And you can. You just have to push through. You just have to grind. You have to, like I said, you just have to win. And sometimes it's ugly, and you just have to be okay with that. But anyway, I'm rambling on. This was Consistency Day 206. I hope you got something from this message. I encourage you to like, share, comment, subscribe, and follow along with the journey. Other than that, I wish you all peace and blessings on the journey.